to lose. Every second you're there, you're gaining something. There's nothing to be lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing to complain about. Like, I can't think of anything that I would find stressful or anything that could bring me down. I connect with everything, but I'm not attached to anything. So it's really easy. When I won the gold medal at the Olympics on my own terms, I was honored and happy to achieve the performance I'd long dreamed of.
Coaches. Triple combination. Look.
There is the Olympic champion. Says what motivates you?
What motivates me? I mean, I don't really need motivation. I just kind of do what I do.
There are dark moments. What would you want to tell your younger self in one of those moments, especially knowing you've got that around your neck right now?
I actually wouldn't tell my younger self a thing.
Why?
Because she's going to figure it out herself. I don't want to change anything.
I love that. When I was watching you skate last night, there was just so much joy and freedom.
So happy that you're back.
Me too.
The last time you were here, you had just broken the record as the youngest female figure skating champion in the country.
You don't need somebody pushing you.
No, I have my own determination. My determination's up there.
You're pretty scrappy.
I love struggling, actually.
You do?
Yeah, it makes me feel alive. I pick my own program music. I get to help with the creative process of the program. If I feel like I'm skating too much, I'll back down. If I feel like I'm not skating enough, I'll ramp it up. No one's gonna starve me or tell me what I can and can't eat.
What if I told you that the thing you're chasing right now, success, money, purpose, is not something you find? It's something you build by walking away at the right moment. Sounds crazy, right? Because we live in a world that tells you, never quit, never stop, keep grinding. But what if quitting at the right time is actually your superpower? Today, I'm going to show you the mindset of someone who did exactly that and shocked the world. Her name is Alysa Liu, and her story might completely change the way you look at success forever. Welcome back to Jìng Growth. I'm your host, Hao Ming, where your next level starts. Chapter 1. Who is Alysa Liu and what she achieved? Alysa Liu wasn't just talented, she was a phenomenon. At just 13 years old, she became the youngest U.S. national figure skating champion in history. While most people her age were still trying to figure out life, she was already dominating a sport that demands extreme discipline and mental strength. She landed some of the hardest jumps in figure skating, broke records, won titles, and became one of the most talked about athletes in the world. People looked at her and saw one thing: a future legend. Her path seemed clear. Train harder, win more, become the best. The dream life. But here's where things get interesting. Alysa Liu didn't follow the script. Chapter 2. The pressure, the circumstances, and her retirement. Behind the medals, the fame, and the success, there was pressure. Real pressure. Expectations from the world, from the sport, and from herself. Imagine reaching a level most people will never touch and still being expected to go further, sacrifice more, and never stop. Most people would keep going. Most people would say, I've come this far, I can't stop now. But Alysa Liu did something different. At just 16 years old, she retired, at the peak of her career. No injuries forced her. No failures pushed her out. She simply chose to stop. She made it clear that she felt satisfied with what she had already achieved. In a world where people are never satisfied, she chose peace over pressure, and that confused a lot of people. Chapter 3. The mindset shift. Redefining success. Most people think success means more achievements, more recognition, more validation. But Alysa Liu saw something deeper. She understood that success isn't just about reaching the top. It's about knowing why you're climbing in the first place, and knowing when it's no longer worth it. She didn't let the world define her identity. She didn't tie her worth to medals or titles. Instead, she chose something most people are too afraid to choose: freedom. That's the Alysa Liu mindset. It's not about quitting because things are hard. It's about walking away because you've already won internally. Chapter 4. The Comeback. Choosing herself again. But here's what makes her story even more powerful. She came back. After walking away from the sport, after choosing peace, after stepping out of the spotlight, Alysa Liu made a decision that surprised people again. She returned not because of pressure, not because of expectations, but because she genuinely wanted to. That's a completely different mindset. Most people return because they feel they have something to prove. But Alysa came back with nothing to prove and everything to express. When she returned, something had changed. She wasn't skating for medals anymore. She wasn't skating for validation. She was skating as herself. Free, authentic, and unapologetically real. People noticed it. There was less tension, less fear, and more joy in the way she performed. She once said something simple but powerful: "I just want to enjoy skating." And that shift changed everything. Because when you remove pressure, when you stop performing for others, you unlock a different level of performance. That's the real comeback. Not just returning to something, but returning as a stronger, freer version of yourself. Chapter 5. The real lesson. Your superpower is authenticity. So what's the real lesson here? If you want to achieve anything in life, you need to stop trying to become what the world expects you to be and start becoming who you really are. Alysa Liu's real superpower wasn't just her talent or her discipline, it was her authenticity. She walked away when it didn't feel right, she came back when it did, and she stayed true to herself the entire time. That's rare, because most people stay stuck in paths they've outgrown, afraid to change direction, afraid to disappoint others. But Alysa showed that success is not a straight line. It's a cycle of growth, pause, and reinvention. She proved that you don't lose by stepping away, and you don't need permission to come back. You just need honesty with yourself. So ask yourself, are you chasing something that still feels right to you, or are you just afraid to stop? Because your real superpower is not grinding endlessly. It's having the courage to pause, reflect, and choose your path again, on your terms. And maybe that's the mindset you've been missing all along. And last thing I want to say, success isn't happiness, but happiness that creates success. Comment down below and told me what you want me to talk about in the next video. I read all your comments. If this helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe to Jìng Growth for more content about self-development, and your new life starts today.